Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Niles. I think you guys know that. But I just want to come to give you guys a little bit of a life update and something different. So, let's talk about the black male experience in America. Before I start, let me give you a quick little story. At the end of last year, I left my home where I've been living for the last 2 years in Southwest Florida, and I decided on a whim I'm going to drive to Atlanta. I went to where I went to high school, and I'm going to try to give something a shot where I can get a better job, better opportunity, be around more people that I know, community, all that good stuff. I drove up north. Spent about a month there. I stayed with a good friend of mine. We were best friends in high school. They were very close, and his mother knew my mother, so I was able to stay with them. Now, this friend of mine has had a lot of trouble with the law. He's been in and out of jail multiple times. He's spent time in prison, and we connected over those experiences. Him telling me about what it's been like, what his life has been like, and he is currently trying to get a long-term opportunity, a job somewhere. And it's so funny because, contrary to him, while he was going through his troubles, I was obtaining 2 degrees. I had a bachelor's and a master's, a bachelor's from NYU and a master's from the University of Michigan. And yet, we found ourselves in the same position nearly 10 years later, because we both graduated high school 2014 or 2013, and in 2014, or at the end of 2023, 2024, we were both in the same position. Now, we can talk about the military industrial complex, we can talk about mass incarceration, we can talk about what America does to black men on that side, but you guys know that story all too well. It's in movies, it's in television, it's everywhere. I ain't gotta say nothing about how often the police are killing and locking up black men. Y'all know that story. Let's talk about my story. Why is it, as a 28-year-old black man in America with 2 degrees, a bachelor's and a master's, I cannot find solid work anywhere? Recently, at the top of the year, for Black History Month, I released an article called Black Men in Corporate America and the Periphery. It spoke about, the first half spoke about my experience in corporate America trying to get a job, things I've had to do, where currently I don't have a picture on LinkedIn, I've deleted all pictures of myself, and I've changed my name to N so that I can appear more racially ambiguous. And just to see if all of the qualifications that I still have would count if I was a racially ambiguous person. I sit here today because I'm absolutely fed up, but I want to give a completely different perspective as to what I'm dealing with. Let's just detail my day today. I woke up, I was up around 8:30, got up, went to the library. Nope, I don't name that. I went into my grandmother's garage where I have all of my furniture, and I tried to sell my 2 TVs and my watch, my Movado watch. I went to the pawn shop. They offered me $45 for the TV and $100 for the watch. I said no. Currently, I have little to nothing in my bank account and bills piling up all over the place. I left there, came back home, put the TVs back in the garage, put the watch back in my room, and I went to the library to apply for more jobs. I wrote cover letters, I filled out applications, and I sat there, left, went to get some food, came home, ate the food, watched the Tucker Carlson interview with Vladimir Putin, tried to sleep, but I couldn't, woke up, and now I'm here. So let's continue. What does that have to do with this video? This is what the life of a 28-year-old man looks like. And I know most of my men will understand this because we have that drive to get up and do something, but it almost feels self-defeating. It almost feels like you are trapped or in jail yourself when you have nowhere to go to bring income in to support yourself or your family, or to feel like you're being a productive member of society. It almost feels like the only options you have are to become part of the street life. Go and sell drugs, move guns, do nonsense, join a gang, because at least there you feel a sense of camaraderie, I feel a sense of purpose, a sense of vision, a sense of direction. Now, I'm saying this to say, we often see the end result of when people are fed up with this, but you don't see what happens before this. I'm coming here to give you a perspective of what it's like to be a black man in America. Well to do. Let's just call it what it is, right? We went to school, we did not get in trouble, we did what our parents told us. Yet for some odd reason, every job that you turn to, every application you put out, whether it's by your name or your color, whatever they see, they decide you are not a fit. I think there was a statistic the other day that said a white man with a high school degree will get more than a black man with a bachelor's degree. I'm going to fact check that. I might even put it in the description for you guys to see. But this is the reality of what it's like being a black person in America. I have gone to school with people from New York University, very wealthy people, all the way to the University of Michigan where I got my graduate degree. I know people who are working in upper level banking, from hedge funds to private equity, all the way to some of the top tech companies like Nvidia, who have solidified themselves as individuals who are making good commitments to the society. Yet me at the bottom rung cannot get an entry level position anywhere. I'm tired. I'm extremely tired, and I'm extremely fed up. At times I feel like ending it all, and I'm not even joking. Like, this is no way to live. My last hope is to get up and to drive myself to New York, where my family is, my brother is, and try to get a job in a restaurant to sustain myself from that point on. Because every day that goes by where I am not able to secure income, I can't even sell my items for fair market price or value, it almost makes me feel like there's no point in living. But there's something internally inside of me that makes me feel like I can't give up that easily. So I'm sharing this with the public right now. Now, like I said, the point of this is to discuss another perspective. Most of the media that is exported, whether it's inside of the United States or outside of the United States, about black men's experiences are about the gun trade, the gang trade, the drug trade, sex trafficking, or some nonsense. Yet you hardly see what it's like for black intellectuals, for black men who have gotten their degrees. What does life look like for them? All right, especially the ones who cannot access corporate America. Life is very difficult. Very difficult. We become burdens on our family. We become burdens to ourselves. And it is hard for us to see the outside. It is hard for us to see any hope in life when we know that's not the case. When we know we have more potential, we are often better, if not more qualified than a lot of the candidates we're around, and have more real world experience than any Tom, Dick, or Harry that comes out of their gated community. Now, I have had jobs from being a landscaper to being a DEI specialist with a startup company to being a communications director to being a stripper to being a host at a restaurant, server. The list is truly endless, but you understand the range and what I've had to do to secure myself in this country as an individual, just to make a few $100s to pay my car note or to pay my car insurance or just to say I can eat today. I'm tired. I am absolutely tired of hearing that it's the economy, because on one hand, it's inflation and, tech companies are laying people off. On the other hand, it's a great economy and you should be able to get a job anywhere. I'm tired of looking at my family every day because oftentimes it's often jokes. You were the one who got the scholarship and got these degrees. How could you not have a job? Because again, that's the old time mentality. You go to school, you get a job. I'm tired of feeling like I'm losing my friends because at this point, I am no longer economically or socially, what's the word, compatible with them anymore because they have now leveled up 2, 3 years, 4 years in their career. I, I don't know anymore. Like I really don't know. And if you wonder why so many black people, black men specifically, end up doing things that often cause them trouble with the law, trouble with drugs, trouble with just anything that you see on TV and movies, I want you to understand that it is not because black people are some inherently inferior species who just cannot get it together. It is because the barriers to entry at most places often keep them out before they're able to get in. So I'm leaving this video on this note. If you have a job, if you have a business, if you have black friends, especially black male friends, check on them. Reach out to them. Ask them how they're doing. Ask them if they have a job. Ask them if you know anyone hiring. Or if you know someone hiring, ask them if they're willing to apply. Because we are letting way too many people fall by the cracks and the wayside. Because there is some belief that America is doing right by everyone. And I'm going to tell you the truth, it's not. Thanks for your time.